Here are 5 tips for every brawler in Brawl Stars. Obviously, I can't give tips for every brawler in one video. That will make this video like an hour long, so I am dividing this video in parts. Be sure to like and subscribe, and here we go. The first tip I will be giving for Shelly is that, even though she is the most auto-aimed brawler, it is not always wise to auto-aim her super, because her super can break walls, and if you are near a wall that is giving you an advantage, you should aim your super in a different direction. Shelly can interrupt the supers of a lot of brawlers. So with this in mind, whenever you are getting simpered by one of these brawlers, you can just use your super to stop it. One of the biggest mistakes I have seen people make with Shelly is thinking that you always need to be very close to your target in order to sue your attack or super. This is completely wrong. For example, here, if I had not attacked and supered this Jessie from far away, I would have died. If you're trying to push your Shelly in duo for some reason, whether you're mastery or trophy pushing, your best bet is to take a Jean along with you. This is because if you and the Jean stand on top of each other, the Jean can pull the enemy brawler and you can kill it because of Shell's DPS. One tip for Shelly is that even though you may have your super and you think you can super them because they are on the other side of the wall, you can't because you are low, this is very important for a Shelly player. My first and biggest tip for Nita is to always stay close to your bear. You do not want to separate from your bear in most situations because otherwise your bear will die instantly. Instead, you can pair it with Nita's bear with me star power. If you're in showdown and can't find someone, then it is best to use your super because Bruce will lead you straight into a brawler. An important tip for Nita is that many people try to charge their super in heist, and then the second they get it, they just throw it on the safe, not caring if it's going to die or not. Instead, you should first check if someone can kill it. If they can, then you need to kill them first and then throw your super so that you can actually do anything to their safe. With Nita, it is really important to dodge shots. You just need to bait the enemy into wasting all their ammo and then attack from the sides of the wall. If you're playing Nita and are being chased down by a mid or low HP brawler, you can just place your bear as cover and win the fight. As Colt, it is not always important to deal damage. Instead, you should focus on breaking the main parts of the map, which will give an advantage to you in the game. This applies to every game mode. Whether it makes it easier to score, just takes away cover for the enemies, makes it easier to get to the enemy safe, makes it easier to get to the hot zone, and many other reasons. The second most important thing with Colt after destroying important walls is to hitting your shots. There is a trick with doing this if you have your super. You aim your normal attack where you predict they will go. After this, they will turn to the other side, and you aim your super there. Important thing to look out as Colt are choke points. These are basically points in the map where brawlers have extremely less space to move. Here it is very easy to hit your shots, so whenever you see enemy brawlers in that place, make sure to take advantage of our situation. If you see someone on the other side of a huge collection of walls, beware that the bullets that hit the wall disappear after touching it. This may seem false, but it's actually true. When it comes to hitting your shots with Colt, it's not the easiest of tasks, but there is a method to make it easier. All you need to do is to follow the next movement. If they're going left, aim left, then they will turn right and you aim there. With Bull, it is very important to be close to enemy brawler, otherwise, Bull is basically an F-tier brawler. So what I suggest is to locate yourself in places in the map where there are a lot of bushes. Another tip for Bull is that you should always know if you can 3-shot or less a brawler. You need to consider the distance from the enemy and yourself and predict if you can or not. Don't worry though, your skills will get better as you progress in your Bull skills. This is because you don't want yourself dying the second you step out of that bush. Bull's third tip that I will give is that his super is very underrated. His super can be used to escape some situations, get an easy kill, or even do whole team wipes. This skill is shown by Pika, and here is an example of one of his team wipes both Bull. I have seen a lot of people use Bull's T-Bone Injector gadget, but this is the worst decision you can make if you're playing Bull. After the HP and damage of every brawler got buffed, this gadget has become even worse, so it has no point. You should always use Stomper because it just slows the enemy, and even Pika, the Bull God, uses it and says it's better. For the star power, you use Berserker except in Heist, where you should use Tough Guy. Brock is pretty much always great in long-range combat. This is why I suggest to almost always stay away from enemy brawlers. But there are reasons you should go near an enemy brawler. Brock can be pretty good close range, but only if you can kill the enemy in 2 to 4 shots depending on the star power you use. If you can't, then it is better otherwise to keep your distance. This is why I recommend going into the training cave and calculate how much damage he can deal. With Brock, you should basically never play in closed maps like cavern churns. But if you really have to, maybe because it's Mastery Madness or something, a tip if you're playing in Brawl Ball is that if you want to score, you can use your super near the goal for no reason, and this will make the enemy disperse. Because of Brock's slow reload speed, it is not always wise to use all your ammo up at the same time. What you should do is to use 2 ammo, then wait for the third to reload, and then fire your next shot. You can also pair with Brock's 4th ammo star power. The only time you should use all your ammo is if you can get a guaranteed kill. As Primo, you want to situate yourself in a bush likewise to Shelly. This works fairly well, and even better against other short-range brawler who will have a problem facing against you if you use this technique. With Primo, his most vital tip I can give is to learn how to combo with him. You first attack, which charges your super, then gadget them, then super them, and then finish them. As Primo, his super is his most important thing. Hat can change the douse of the game. This means that you sometimes will need to run in front of brawlers and let them damage you as much as they want. This is actually good because you are utilizing your trait to get your super. The only time you shouldn't do this is when there is a high DPS brawler like Shelly or Bull. Like Shelly, Primo can also interrupt enemy super. This can almost always come in clutch if timed right. It works best in Brawl Ball and Game Grab, where it can change the course of the game in the matter of seconds. This can be done by your super though, yes. You can also use your gadget, but it does not have the same range as a super. If for some reason you're using Primo's other gadget, then you should not always use it on a wall. Instead of you use it on a brawler, their movement becomes very predictable, leading to a free kill. Here, I bring this video to an end. Be sure to like and subscribe for more tips, and bye.